Jeff, I know you were obviously frustrated that you had to come out, but just overall, did the offense look like it had taken another step forward to you?
I do. I definitely do. Felt that it was good for us to come out hot like we did and put, obviously would like to have scored in the 2 or 3 times that we moved the ball down the field, but for us to come out firing like that was really good to see. And then kind of once we settled down, when Connor came in and the offense settled back down, and they did a lot of good things and definitely made some improvements.
So we couldn't really tell from the press box, but were you getting evaluated during the game? Were you able to watch, during in the training room, or where were you during the game?
End of the first half, I was getting evaluated, and then I was on the field the second half.
How are you feeling now?
Fine.
Were you able to practice and do everything you needed
Yeah,
to yesterday?
I was able to practice yesterday.
Did you re-injure your collarbone, Jeff? Is that what happened?
You know I can't answer that. I mean,
What
week is this now?
correct me if I'm wrong. I think if it's public and we see a guy leaving the field with a, like we saw last week, that Fetty, left his knee taped.
Right.
So we saw you being treated in the collarbone area. Is why we.
I'm not in a sling.
Okay.
Jeff, what was, I know Coach Leach said that you felt like you guys, even in the first half, played pretty well. But, I mean, being down 30 and not really having anything to show for it, what was the difference you saw in the attitude that you guys were able to overcome that compared to the week before?
It's tough. I mean, we just came to play. I don't know how to put it. We played really well in the first half, and like you said, we didn't have much to show for it with the special teams and the block kicks. I mean, we were really just killing ourselves. Gabe just gave a ton of points away, so we came out second half and had 2 huge series with the defensive stop to start the second half, and then offense going down their first series and scoring the second half, and then it just took off from there. Because we just fought. We're going to fight. We're going to keep fighting.
It seemed to me like the Stanford game going in had probably been your best game of the year, both individually and as a team. Did you think last week or last Saturday's night game against UCLA, that was now the best performance you guys have had this year?
I don't know. They're different. They're different games. We played really well both games. So I think we grew in a lot of areas. And Saturday's game wasn't our best game special teams wise. So there's a lot of positive and negatives you can take from both of the games. Both of them we played really well, and we need to find a way to mass produce that.
Understanding that you wouldn't play the game if you didn't believe you could win, do you feel that belief is building now with another solid performance being turned in a game that you probably should have won if things had worked out the right way?
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, like I said before, we're playing to win, and guys are buying in, and they're doing that. And like I said, we're going to grind, and we're going to fight, and we're going to scrap, and that's the reputation we want. We want to bring it all 4 quarters and just be hard-playing, nasty dudes that are never going to give up.
Granted, you were dealing with your own injury at that point during the game and had to come out, but afterwards and having a couple days afterwards, what's the sentiment been with the guys on the team in that belief that you can win and that the rest of the season doesn't look like it's such a blight, perhaps?
Right. We're feeling good. I had a real good practice yesterday. Guys are real positive, a lot more positive than after the last game, and I think we're going to have a great week of practice this week and just continue to get better and build every week.
Is there ever a thought with you? I mean, you're in the game, the offense is moving, and then you get hurt. That man again. I mean, does that go through your mind?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. I mean, it sucks. There's no 2 ways about it. So, but yeah, it goes to my head.
Do you ever look back and say, man, what if Idaho State didn't happen, or what if this doesn't happen, or those instances, and look back at, I don't want to say what could have been, but wonder why that's been happening to you, and upset that has been the case?
I mean, it's out of my control. I'm not going to sit here and worry about things that are out of my control. I can't control them. I play the game a certain way, and that's as hard as I can. And I'm not going to sit here and say, man, what if I would have got hurt? What if I wouldn't have gotten hurt and all that? Because it's just going to do no good. I mean, football, and I don't think life is lived as looking back on the past and a bunch of what ifs. So I have a positive outlook on all things in life, and I'm going to move forward and take each week at a time.
Jeff, how do you, is it hard for you at all to balance the friendship you have with Marquise and the need to put it away and move forward with these next 2 games?
Not really. I mean, a friend is a friend. I mean, you're going to be there for a guy no matter what he needs and such. So, I mean, if a guy needs someone to talk to, I'm going to talk to him. And obviously, we have football to play, but, I mean, different people have different definitions of a friend. And Marquise is one of my good friends, and I got the guy's back, and I'll wish him the best. And that has nothing to do with how I'm going to prepare for the upcoming weeks of football.
You've been here through a coaching change. I mean, you've had distraction, I guess, before and had to deal with these kind of questions. Has what you've dealt through or been through and dealt with in the process of your career here kind of helped maybe minimize the distraction of this moving forward?
Yeah. I mean, I tell you guys, I mean, it's not a distraction to myself or the team. I don't think we got to move forward. We're not worrying about any of that. We're not going out in the field like, oh man, I heard there's Marquise wrote a letter or something like that. It's not happening. It's not reality. You hear about it afterwards. You say, oh, what did it say? Oh, who do we got this week? I mean, we're not worrying about it. So it's not a distraction for myself in this football team.
What was your reaction, Jeff, when he accused the coaches of physical abuse?
I mean, every man has his right to his own opinion.
Have you seen that?
Personally, I mean, I'm not going to get into that. I think staying away from all that is the smart thing to do, and I'm not even going to comment on it.
I don't know if you can comment on this at all, but have you been contacted at all yet by investigators? I know there's, I guess, 2 separate investigations going on by the Pac-12 and by the school. Have they reached out to you yet?
No.
Okay.
Has there been talk to the players that there's expectation that will happen?
No, I mean, honestly, I haven't heard of anything along those lines at all.
Any questions on the line for Jeff? Any questions? One more in the room?
Just Arizona State coming up this week. A game you guys won last year. I know you didn't play in that game, but just prep going into it, and like you said, you guys are feeling confident. So how does that help moving forward?
I mean, you got a positive attitude. Guys are willing to work, ready to work. We know we can play with the best, and we're going to do that. And like I said, just got to find a way to mass produce it, and I think we're learning how to do that, and we're believing. So I'm excited for this week at practice. I know my team is as well.
Have you looked at anything on Arizona State yet? Or, I know it's still early. It's Monday.
I've looked at a little bit of them, and a good ball team. I mean, them and UCLA went shot for shot. I saw a lot when I was watching UCLA film, so I think they're a real athletic and a good team.
Is there any different preparation that has to go in facing a team that has a new coach? I mean, when you've seen a team before, but they probably will look a lot different now that they're under new leadership.
Not really. You don't prepare for last year's film. You prepare for all the games this year and watch all the games that they played this year with the new coach. So no real new preparation goes into it.